Hey guys, how's it going? It's your boy MKS here, back in another video. As ever, to hear what you think about this video. I often encourage people to or invite people to comment section, but they never do. But if you do want to comment, please don't hold back any thoughts that you have. Hopefully positive ones, but constructive criticism, help me improve, is always welcome. As I say, being a big fan of Italian football and having these quirky and crazy ideas with my alliterations, with it being a Monday today, exactly a week after my 40th birthday, I wanted to talk about some of my thoughts on football teams in Italy that begin with M, like Monza, but especially also Inter Milan and AC Milan. Normally, a quote-unquote normal person would, or normal football fan even would, or both of those things, anyway, would support one particular team, like Man United or Arsenal or Chelsea or in this case Inter or AC. They wouldn't normally support two normally, but anyway, I love all the Italian teams, so I'd love to see investment. My dream, really, one of my dreams for my birthday, as I mentioned before, was like for the PIF, Public Investment Fund, to invest in Inter Milan, and also like possibly even Elon Musk, maybe to invest in teams. Like he could probably invest in a whole range of teams and do well, and still help those teams do well and still have a lot of money. Like he could invest in Inter Milan, Empoli, given my alliteration. So I was just thinking Elon Musk. And the reason why I said Inter rather than AC is because of his rivalry with Jeff Bezos. So if Amazon invested in AC Milan, he could have like that hopefully friendly rivalry. Hopefully it won't be there won't be too much animosity. But yeah, I'd love to see, as I said, AC Milan as being co-owned or having shareholders from having Apple, Amazon, Alibaba, possibly even Amstrad and others that begin with A, investing in them and having like owning a share of their company. And I know I have some quirky, mad ideas, like maybe an Italian team like Cagliari, however you pronounce it, could be owned partly by Cascade Investments, just because it begins with C. I know I have some quirky ideas, but I was thinking McDonald's, they do football in the community here in the UK, and I thought, what if, as a fan of Italian football, being a bit cheeky, I wanted to steal that idea, so to speak, if you like, or incorporate that idea or borrow that idea or whatever you call it, and say I'd love for McDonald's to maybe they could own shares in Inter Milan, because Inter stands for Internationale, so it could be like international companies, because Internationale means international in English. So McDonald's perhaps could invest in Inter Milan, but maybe they could have like their own Milan team, which is based on people from Milan generally, or maybe like a team with an amalgamation of those, or just as many people from Milan as possible. Or maybe they could have a range of teams and tourneys as I call them, and leagues and cups and things like that for junior level. And also Mars. I think it'd be great if the Mars company, who owns M&M's and some other M&M's and Skittles and some other sweets or chocolates. I can't quite remember. I'm not a big fan of Mars itself, but I do love M&M's. Anyway, I think they own Snickers as well, which I really love. But most importantly for me, as a fan of Italian football, I would love for them to like create their own academies, tournaments, leagues, cups, and things like that. Like maybe even just organise their own coaching and things like that. So it would help for people from Milan to play as much football as possible, and maybe Mars could also have a share in Inter Milan, as it's an international company. And I even would love for, like, as well as the PIF, possibly other sovereign wealth funds, double question mark that one, but especially, or even for Fortune 500 companies, excuse me, to invest in Italian teams like Inter Milan and AC Milan. And also, trying to remind you, I thought maybe even ExxonMobil and other major international companies could own shares in, like, so Elon Musk, PIF, Forbes 500 companies, IBM, Microsoft, McDonald's, Mars, and even ExxonMobil to invest in Inter Milan. I don't ask for much, I know, but and for AC Milan to be co-owned by Apple, Alibaba, Amazon, and possibly others. I think already Drake and LeBron James have invested in AC Milan, thankfully, from a company called Main Street Advisors. So yeah, I think it'd be great, as I say, if McDonald's did like football in the community in Milan and had like just opportunities for young children to like be coached in football, receive good coaching hopefully, and have opportunities to practice their skills and like work with both Milanese clubs perhaps even, and maybe even Monza as well, which I think is near Milan. Not very good at geography, but anyway, so yeah, also like Mars, and perhaps they could share ideas about how to like even create their own like football games and things like that. But I think it'd be great if they had pitches, academies, training centres and things like that, where young people, especially in Milan, could practice their skills and hopefully become future stars, which I hope Milan will create great players. Another idea I have is like for former players like Nesta and Maldini. Maldini's already involved with the club, but I think it'd be great for Nesta and Costa Curta and other former defenders, and as many former players as possible, like to coach the youth in different areas, not just in defence, but like even players like Roberto Baggio, former players like Roberto Baggio, and players like that who've played for Milan, the best possible players who have played for Milan, even Ronaldinho and Kaká and players like that, like Brazilian players like that, could pass on their skills. I suppose you could say one argument against that is like if they had their own training as well as perhaps their own academies, but if they had their own training and their own teaching and coaching, it could conflict with each other. So it'd be hard but it'd be hard for a young player to know which one to go for. But maybe they could say choose which one works best for you, so they don't have to worry about offending a coach or anything like that. It's just like do your best. But yeah, they could teach them the strong defensive skills, which I hope also they'll do for the national team as well. Like former players like Nesta and Maldini coaching for the national team. I was thinking about keeping that idea secret, like so hopefully other national teams won't be able to copy that idea. But I suppose I've let that idea out the bag now. And I was thinking like similar for Juventus with former players like Zidane, Zizou. One of the best players to watch as well, along with Ronaldinho, in my opinion. I really enjoyed watching their skills if you see them on YouTube. So I think it'd be great to develop those young Italian players to play football with those type of skills, so they could try those tricks and be encouraged, like especially midfielders and strikers, possibly not defenders or goalkeepers, but midfielders and strikers could be encouraged to like try those tricks, and if they make mistakes, be encouraged to just keep trying different tricks till hopefully they get them right. Again, possibly another idea I could have kept secret. But anyway, yeah, I think that covers everything for now. So as I say, to recap, like so McDonald's, I'm gonna kill that. McDonald's and Mars and companies like that to possibly own shares in Inter Milan, but also in Milan generally to have like their own football tournaments, leagues tournaments, tourneys, as I call them, and cups, and training opportunities, pitches, academies, and things like that. And please leave your comments and questions. I hope to find a way. If you can think of a suggestion, I'll leave it with this question. If you think of a suggestion of how to approach McDonald's and Mars and other companies like that with this idea, I'd love to hear your suggestions, or read your suggestions rather, below. And I am out.